Here is a 2014 Kia Forte 5-door EX. This one has the premium package on it, so this one has everything that you can get on the Forte 5 as of right this second. So this is a top tier as of right now. Now this is going to have your GDI engine that they actually use on these now, the available GDI. So you have that available. As you can see, you have clear containers for everything. You only have a dipstick for your oil. It's pretty easy to get to any and everything under here. The Kia does a great job of actually making these user friendly. So if people do like to work on their own vehicles, or even if you just want to check things out for yourself before you take a trip instead of having to come to our service department to do it, it's easy to see what needs to be filled, what doesn't need to be filled. These are touted as one of the safer vehicles on the market in this segment. It's actually made the list for the Grade 8 Motor Trend testing recently. So you have that in place. I mean, this is a great value for your money. Now you have all new styling on this vehicle. This is completely redesigned for 2014 from what it was just the last year's model. So you have all that. Engine-wise, they've upgraded that. You still have all the same safety features. There's some additional safety features that they've added. They've strengthened the tensile for the vehicle to actually make it more rigid if you do get into an accident. These vehicles are, like I said, top safety picks by the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety. That's an independent thing that they actually do that on their own. They test any and every vehicle that comes into the US market. So, and this is one of the vehicles that has scored out quite well, one of their top safety picks. So you have that in place if you are going to be hauling around not just yourself, but friends, family, loved ones. You know that if something does happen, you are in a safe vehicle. Now, everything here is actually designed for aesthetics. You have your LED daytime running strip there. You have your fog lights in place. Basically makes everything very visual for you to actually see, and it looks really good too. As an aesthetic part of it, it looks good when you're riding down the road. These wheels here, alloy designed, they're all designed exactly for this vehicle. They're specifically designed to help reduce wind resistance, to help you maximize your fuel efficiency. There's little vents on the back side of here to help keep your brake pads cool for just your everyday driving. So if you're going to be driving up and down hills, through the mountains and things like that, you don't have to worry about overheating your pads or your pads not getting enough air to keep them cool. So you have that in place, and that's all going to help keep more money in your pocket, so you're not actually going to be replacing brake pads as often as, say, on a different type of vehicle. Now you have your turn signals are in here. These are power folding mirrors as well. So you have that there. So if you're going to be in tight spots in the city driving, parking can get pretty tight. If you're going to be like, even say out like the Mall of America area, getting in and out of there, you can actually fold your mirrors. Don't have to worry, come back out and your mirror's half missing or something like that. So you have that in place there. Now moving on to the passenger side here, this one has your leather. Both front seats are actually heated. The driver's seat is also air cooled for you. Now you see your navigation screen there, and this one actually gives you a little bit of a sportier feel to it. You have like your simulated carbon fiber on the dash there. You have that in place, and then this brushed look here, and then small like chrome accents, and you have your stitching here with the white stitching with the black leather, as well as on the seats. Now moving towards the back, this one has your heated outboard seats. You're also going to have your vents on the back side of the center console, just to help things cool off for the rear passengers, help everybody stay as comfortable as possible, whether it be winter or summer. So you have that in place. This has the sunroof as well, so you have that for driving. If you want to be driving down the road, you want to have the sunlight come in and enjoy as much daylight as you possibly can, you have that in place. Now this is the 5-door actually is going to offer you some more versatility. Now this is basically like having a small SUV in some instances, because you can actually let these seats down. This actually comes out. You can take that out as well. And let the seats down is basically like having a small SUV. It gives you a lot of versatility to be able to haul things around, but then when you do need to haul some people, it actually gives you that as well. Now, This one is going to have your backup camera mounted here, and anytime you put it in reverse, whether your radio is on or not, it will display in your navigation screen. So you have that there. Just moving around here, you have your accents here for chrome accents here, just little small touches that kind of dress things up and class it up a little bit. Now, moving to the inside, you have an 8-way adjustable seat for your driver's seat. It's a power driver seat. So you have that in place. It has 2 memory settings here for 2 different drivers. Now on this door handle, you have your control for your power mirrors. You can have it on auto, so anytime you lock the vehicle and you walk away from the vehicle, it will automatically fold the mirrors. And when it senses that you're walking back up to the mirror, it'll automatically fold the mirrors back out. And you have your controls here for locking the doors and auto up and down for both driver and passenger doors. Now each door in this vehicle is going to have your bottle holders, and then you have your cup holders in the middle and the center armrest. You have that in place there. Over here you're going to find your Active Eco. That is, it helps regulate your fuel system. So it will help you on the average get better, about 2 to 3 miles better fuel efficiency on average. And it's most effective actually on longer trips. So if you're not going to be a lot of stop and go driving, this is going to be most effective. It actually gets you the best gas mileage there. Now you can brighten and dim your dash here. You have your electronic stability control, and then your button for your heated steering wheel. Now your electronic stability control is a safety feature that's standard on every Kia that you're going to find. And what that does is it senses that if any one of the 4 wheels is spinning without getting grip, it'll first stop that wheel, or it'll slow it down at first and then eventually stop the wheel completely, just to make sure you don't go spinning out of control as a safety precaution, especially living in the climate that we live in when you get icy roads and things like that. It comes in quite handy just to make sure you stay on the road and go in your intended path. Now you have automatic headlights here. You have your fog lights that are available. And then on the steering wheel, this is basically built to make sure the driver keeps their hands on the wheel at all times. So you have your radio controls, you have your cruise control is going over here, and you have your driver mode there. You have all your trip settings that you can navigate through buttons here, and then you have your Bluetooth on this side with your voice recognition. Now your voice recognition has a lot to do with your Bluetooth for your phone, but it also is it can control your radio from switching from radio stations to switching specific songs that you may have on your phone. It can stream music from your phone to the radio. There's a lot of different uses that you can actually use that. And then basically just moving into the inside here, you have your dual climate control. For driver and passenger can have their separate settings for what they want to, because some people like to be cold, some people like to be hot while they're driving. So you have that in place there. Moving up here, you have your HomeLink mirror. It's an auto dimming mirror. You can program up to 3 garage doors, and it's designed where if someone is driving behind you and they have their bright lights on, it usually comes in when you have your like bigger rigs that are driving behind you, big rig trucks, and the lights are right in your visual. This will automatically dim the mirror for you so that you don't have to be blinded by that coming up behind you. Now you still have your 6-speed automatic transmission with the Sportmatic mode. You can be in control of when it shifts. It's always more efficient to just put it in drive and go, but periodically people like to play with it. If you're driving around through town or decide you want to race from stoplight to stoplight, then it comes in handy that way. Or if you're just driving through the mountains and you want to be in more control of when it's shifting, it's like having a manual but without the clutch. So you can actually navigate and you can go back and forth between that, so you don't have to be completely stopped to take advantage of that feature. Other than that, this is the brief rundown of the Kia Forte 5-door EX with the premium package. And like I said, as of right now, this is as good as it gets for the 5-door and what they have to offer. There are some other features coming along the lines later on, like a turbo, but as of right now, this is as good as it gets for the Forte.